I bow to all the seekers of truth.
Ik buig voor alle zoekers naar het ware.
There were just two yogis living in Holland at the time. Richard had met Shri Mataji in England in 1983, got realization, and he stayed in the ashram in London for a few weeks. He went down to Guru Puja. And then he came back to Holland and gave realization to his housemate, Ellen. So then there were two of them here in Holland. They were just the only two yogis in the country. There were programs set up in 85 for Belgium and Holland with a lot of international support. So money was collected and a lot of yogis came to help and to advise with the preparations.
So that was Holland, Belgium were the last two Western European countries where she'd not yet been. So then it was decided that after the Guru Puja in France in 85 that she would go.
They rented a big place for Shri Mataji's program in 85, the Congressgebouw.
It was a big hall in that big hotel, 600 seats. And I thought I would have a very good, clear view. And for myself, it's like your spirit knows way ahead of your mind that this is going to be very, very important. Your spirit knows. When Shri Mataji came in and she sat down, and it's like my mind was gone, and a voice in me said, I just looked at her and I said, I know who you are. I know who you are.
We were at the public program and suddenly they said, the room is not ready. So they asked if we could go. And I remember we just took flowers from wherever we could have. And we were running because Shri Mataji was supposed to come and rest just after the program. So I remember that the very moment I put the last petal, rose petal on the floor to have at the entrance a little decoration, Shri Mataji arrived in the corridor.
And then Shri Mataji said, okay, we can have a puja. So that was a spontaneous thing actually. It later became known as Trigonatmaka Puja.
Now, when we are in the Holy Land, we find that the Mother Earth has allowed the sea to flow in. And it's a very good place for me to say something to you. Here the sea has taken refuge in the Mother. The Guru has bound itself with the motherly qualities. A person feels more safe on the ground than on the sea or in the air. So today is the best opportunity for me to say that after the Guru Puja, we have to understand that to be holy means you must allow the Guru Tattva to circulate in the mother principle. Or the Guru Tattva is to be controlled and guided and beautified by the mother principle. Now again the Guru Tattva has to go inside, the mother Tattva.
Actually, we never saw the video. This video was broken and we never saw it for years. So we never knew why she was saying that until I think it was only about 10 years ago that they mended the video and showed it to us. And then we saw that she was actually drinking water when she said that. During the puja, they came with the saris which had not been presented in France and also the crown from France. And there was also a sari which was from Holland.
It happened to be me that we had 3 saris. And then she said it was the 3 saris for Trigunatmika. And that the 3 nadis have been, represented there with these 3 saris.
And then she stopped. Everybody was singing bhajans or saying the names, I think it was.
1 minute. There are 3 saris now because last time I didn't take the mother's sari from the French surgery and the Guru's sari also. So they have now said that mother in this puja we'd like to give him. So that's how we have now 3 saris for Trigunatmika. So the first one is for the Mahakali Shakti. This is the Bhumi. See how correctly it has come, the color of the Bhumi. That's Mahakali. Then you have got the Maha Saraswati sari, which is the color of the what we call the actual color of the Prithvi Tattva, because the matter. The third one is the Mahalakshmi's color, which Mary used to wear very much. So that's how we have got three colors. But I was amazed when I was coming from the program. The whole sky was filled with Mahalakshmi's color. I saw it myself, everybody saw the sky. So this is what it is, that we have now got Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati in this place because it's a holy land, and we've got all the three centers, three nadis being represented. This is the first time we have got three nadis represented in a place.
That was the only puja we ever had in Holland. And there were no Dutch people there except, I think there were three, because there was, Sahaja Yogis was just sort of officially starting. So the program in The Hague in '86 was a bit difficult, which we had as well. There was not so much support, and none of us had any money, so we had to manage. They had a hall back then, but there was quite a lot of echo. There was somebody arguing with Shri Mataji about what is the divine, what is it? It's a serpent. The serpent energy is the Kundalini a serpent and disturbing and everything. So it was quite a battle. So afterwards Shri Mataji said, okay, the Hague people are no good. You have to go to Amsterdam.
So there's a lot of seeking in Amsterdam. There's a lot of people, a lot of foreigners, and you feel it's vibrating somewhere with seeking, and at the same time is a lot of negativity, so as usual.
Then we went posting in Amsterdam to try to get people interested. And you did notice a big difference, actually. So in the next autumn, we had the program in Krasnopolski, which is a big building in the center of Amsterdam on the square.
And this is behind that place is an area which is quite...
The red light district.
Red light district and drugs and everything. And they are now cleaning it.
And this is true, because if you know the geography of Amsterdam, you have Singel, Herengracht, Keizersgracht, and then Prinsgracht. It's 3.5. Hotel Krasnopolski and the red light district are exactly in the center of the Muladhar, the 3.5 coils.
So then it really something started happening. They were people who were interested and who were still yogis.
Now, I must say, actually, when I came in, I was quite crazy, I was a guru shopper, so I looked already like nothing on earth with 2 different earrings and a coin on my Agnya chakra, so... but it was an amazing experience. And the whole atmosphere, once Shri Mataji did the realization, it's actually, it has no words, but it's just like you were stepping in heaven. And it was really amazing. And when I saw Shri Mataji, it was like, I felt like, oh, this is Mother Earth coming, She looked so so solid and beautiful. And she looked also a little bit like my grandmother. That also helped a lot. Yeah.
And Shri Mataji, not the first night, but I don't remember what first night or second night, she worked on a lot of the seekers after the program. She really worked on a lot of them. And mostly she was like few minutes, just 1 minute, 2 minutes. But there was 1 or 2 where she worked longer. There were some miracles happening there.
But that's the wonderful thing. Everybody was allowed to come to her. And then she did a, quick thing. Sometimes she said something and sometimes she did some movement. But everybody was allowed to go to her.
And so at the end, everybody, Shri Mataji worked on people. So we could see also everybody from her angle. When Shri Mataji, you come to the program, what we noticed that she always asked to put, at the end of the programs, to work on people. She always worked, for me, what I saw is on the Agya and on the liver. It was very often that problem. In Amsterdam, or we had few programs and we were there, and she was always asking Agya and liver.
You have a liver problem, my child. Now don't think. First of all, get your liver all right and your realization all right.
She even called, it was a French guy, at the end of the hall she called him, she said, let him come completely, and then he was a drug addict. She really had attention for everybody. And when we came back to the ashram, and she started talking about the program, and she was happy, and there were so many seekers, and then she said, yeah, and did you see that one? And she said, do you notice this one and that one? And she knew exactly who was in the hall. She remembered everybody.
Married? Are you married?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right. Better get married.
It felt good, the people were receptive. There was one guy smoking a joint in the hall, and Shri Mataji had to make a comment about that. But Shri Mataji was happy about it, and people took to it well and had proper questions, and they came to the follow-ups.
Yeah. There's one more thing which we didn't talk about, and Shri Mataji mentioned, is about diamonds. Amsterdam is known about the making of diamonds, as well as Antwerp. But she said, you see, like a lotus is born in the mud, and there are lots of worms and things, and then the lotus comes up, and many lotuses come up, and they come so fragrant that the worms run away.
That is how you have to be a lotus in Amsterdam.
Zo raadt het aan een lotus te worden in Amsterdam.
And here, they cut diamonds, and Sahaja Yoga will make beautiful, brilliant diamonds.
I asked Shri Mataji once, I said, Shri Mataji, how is it possible that, we are lower than the sea, and how come, with all this negativity, this country has not yet been devoured or swallowed up by the sea, been flooded by the sea as a punishment of Sri Shiva, And then she said, yeah, but you were also producing the flowers that are offered to the goddess.
They asked me to arrange the flowers. We were making the flowers which were on the stage. They were nice. Some of the flowers were a bit bent, but the flowers itself still looked very nice. So we couldn't leave them on the stage, but we took all the petals, and actually there were quite a lot of petals. And I was doing it together with the yogini. In this place in Artemis, we put on all the stairs, on the sides, we put some petals in the form of the hearts. But while we were doing that, I really felt, it's so pity that there's no elevator here and that she has to go on the stairs. So we were just ready, and then Shri Mataji, she arrived for the public program, and she climbed the stairs, and she looked, and she said, there are hearts everywhere. So I really felt, even I was all worried that she had to climb the stairs and she only saw the hearts, That for me was really a very nice moment. And that's what I somehow, after all these years, remember very strongly from that visit.
So we would always bring flowers from Holland when we would go to Cabela. And one time we kind of forgot to buy them in Holland, and we bought them
in Switzerland.
On the way. And when we offered them, Shri Mataji said,
they are not from Holland.
She knew exactly, the difference.
There is a all-pervading power of divine love which does all the living work. We see these beautiful flowers. It's a miracle. In Holland, you get so beautiful flowers. We never even think how they are coming out of the Mother Earth of different shapes so beautifully. May God bless you all.
Mogen God u zegenen.
Such wonderful people, all of them, God.